Hello everyone, my name is Simone. I am the founder of Say Nutrition. I wanted to create this new YouTube video to help clients or help people in general see how easy it is to create healthy meals in 10 minutes, healthy, affordable meals. I've been sending out a newsletter for 6 months now, and each newsletter will have a recipe that can be prepared in 10 minutes. I don't think people believe that you can actually create a meal in 10 minutes or less, so I am going to show you that it's absolutely possible. What I'm going to be preparing today is greens and beans. And the greens that I choose is one of the superfood greens, which is kale. And I'm choosing white beans. But of course you can use any greens you choose, such as spinach, or any greens that you like, bok chow, or any beans that you'd like. But kale is one of my favorites, so I'm going to prepare that. And the reason why kale is one of my favorites is because it is a good source of iron. If you have any sort of iron deficiency and you have to be on medication for that, increase your kale intake, and I guarantee you'll go back to your doctor and it will not be an issue anymore. Also, it's a good source of protein, vitamin C, magnesium, and the list goes on. And of course beans, I'm using white beans, but any beans. Beans are just a good source of protein as well. It is really good for the adrenal gland, the kidneys. It really gives you great energy, sexual energy, if you may. So I think these are just really easy meals to prepare. I'm going to say it's going to be less than 10 minutes, even 5, or less than 5, I don't know. But let's do it together. I'm not a cook. I am a health coach, a nutritionist, if you may. And so these are things that I prepare for myself. And so I wanted to go ahead and just give that to you. Show you how easy it is to create these meals and that you don't need to spend a lot of money. You just need to get the right food that's going to heal the body, that's good for the body, and prepare that. And it takes no time to prepare these meals. All right, so walk with me. We're going into the kitchen. My tiny kitchen. Thank you. I've already cut up the onions. I'm cooking for one, so it's not going to be a massive thing going on here. So, because it's just me. And so I'm going to do the onions and garlic. I like to saute my kale with onions and garlic. It's always good. So, I'm going to put the olive oil in. And of course, like I said, I'm not a cook. So I don't have like a teaspoon of this, a dash of that. I just kind of go with what I think is right. And I'm sure a lot of cooks do that, unless you're a chef, and I'm not a chef. So I'm just putting enough olive oil. You can't go bad with olive oil. It's really good for you. Extra virgin. I just sort of like move that around here. I want to make sure that the stove is at the right temperature. And then I'll just put in my onions that I've cut up prior to this tape. And my garlic. And we let that do its thing. So we're going to mix that around. And while that's doing that, I'm going to turn on the stove for my beans. Today I'm going to use the Trader Joe's organic great northern beans made with sea salt. So it's already been prepared. We already had the salt and everything, so I won't need to put salt in that. We just keep that on low while that's doing that. White beans are so good, you guys. If you've never tried white beans, try some. Very good. I'm going to let this onion and garlic thing, make sure that that's at a good temperature. So the trick with kale, because I know a lot of people cook or buy kale already in the bunch, so the trick about kale is that you need to take the leaves away from the stem. Stem is really hard. Kale in general is a tough greens, so you don't need to cook it with the stem, so you just need to make sure that everything is already taken off. You can dice it up a bit. So this has already been prepared. So now I'm just going to add the kale. Yum, yum. I can smell the garlic and onion. Oh, I love that. That's all I use for my seasoning. I think people sometimes go overboard with seasoning their food. And maybe because I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat meat, why I don't necessarily need all that much seasoning. But all I do is onions and garlic, salt, sea salt, very good, and black pepper. That's all I need. That's all I need. And I'm good. So before I put any salt or black pepper on that, I'm just going to cover it and let it do its thing. You know. And so while that's doing its thing, I will check on my beans. Yeah. So while that's going on, I just want to talk to you a bit about why I decided to create this video. I just hear a lot of people talking about, you know, it's so expensive to get vegetables, or it's just not easy to cook every day or cook meals. It's too much time. It's too much time. And because this is something that I do on a regular basis, I know it's not a lot of time. You can eat healthy. You can buy healthy greens and beans or any other healthy dish. You can buy that at your local grocery store. And it's less expensive, I believe, than getting beef or pork. And I understand that those things may be things that you love, but I think if you increase your greens or your superfood intake, that will make a world of difference in your diet. And this video is really to encourage people that it is so important to add these things to your diet and know that it does not take much time to create. It doesn't take much time to create the kale. I mean, as we're speaking, it's ready to go. It doesn't take a lot of money. I bought this kale for, I believe, $1.79. It's not more than it's not $2. And the beans was the same. And that's my meal. This is my meal. It's good. And of course, I'm going to add some brown rice to that. Or you can choose to add whatever you like. And even if you want to go ahead and add some fish to that, or whatever you choose, you can. But just know that it's important to add greens and these healthy things to your diet. So yes, let's go back to the kale. Look at it. It's really green. You can see the real vitamins, all the greens that's coming out. We're going to add a bit of water here to it. Just a little bit. I just add, just pour a little. That's it. Nothing much. And the beans, I believe, is already prepared. So here we go. We can turn that off. That's already been in the can with all the juice of the beans and some sea salt. And it's organic. $1.79, I believe. I'll check my receipt and tell you next time. So now I'm going to add some salt. Like I said, I don't really have any sort of, measurements to give, but, just a tad bit, And some black pepper. I will add a little bit more pepper because I do like the spice. So, here we go. And my kale is ready. Turn it off. And you can tell it's ready because you can see how it's shrunk. And it's even greener than it was before. So as you steam it, the nutrients pops up. Okay. So, yeah. That's it, guys. That's my greens and beans recipe. This was in my first newsletter, I believe. This was the first newsletter that I wrote that had that recipe on it. And I just thought it was important for me to actually create the meals so people can see that it's not just me talking in this newsletter or writing this in the newsletter. These are things that can be prepared in a short period of time. This was less than 10 minutes, guys. So if you have any questions or you need more information on about healthy meals, how to prepare them, please visit my website at www.saenutrition.com. Again, that is www.saenutrition, that's how I say it, .com. So please reach out to me. Subscribe to my newsletter. It's fun. It's great. I've been getting lots of good feedback. Like I said before, I am a health coach, nutritionist if you may. and I would love to assist anyone who needs assistance with their health or any questions you may have. So please, feedback is always wonderful. I welcome it. Thank you for taking the time to view this. I love you all. Thank you.